Taylor Phillips, and this is my first ever episode of Taylor's Detroit Sports on Spreaker. I am publishing this on Facebook and Twitter. Follow me on Facebook as Taylor Phillips, and follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips with 2 L's. First topic I want to get to is in the area of the Detroit Tigers. Dave Dombrowski has reported that there is still no timetable for Tigers relief pitcher Joel Hanrahan, who has been trying to fight off a Tommy John surgery. And the way I think of it is, has Dombrowski talked to anybody at all? I mean, we have to know. If he says there's no timetable, then we don't know anything about when Joel Hanrahan is going to come back. When is he going to start his rehab assignment? Things like that. Also, speaking of rehab assignments, Tigers outfielder Andy Dirks has been recalled from his rehab assignment and put back on the disabled list with inflammation in his back. Not a good sign for the team. But the bright side is it does give outfielders Rajai Davis and J.D. Martinez more playing time this season. Also, sticking with the Detroit Tigers, if they get to the World Series, they will have home field advantage because their American League just beat the National League 5-3 recently in the All-Star game this year. Miguel Cabrera had a 2-run home run but went 1 for 3, which is why he did not earn the MVP vote of the All-Star game. Max Scherzer pitched the 5th inning and got the win. Struck out 2 batters in the National League. And finally, the trade deadline is July 31st, but the Tigers have to act soon, in my opinion. They have to get both Joaquin Benoit from the San Diego Padres back into the organization, plus they have to go after Joaquim Soria, who is also linked to the Tigers. Both the Padres and the San Diego Padres and the Texas Rangers are sellers. The Rangers have Soria right now and are looking to trade him to Detroit, in our views. Switching to the Detroit Pistons, former Detroit Piston Rodney Stuckey and the Indiana Pacers, one of their rivals, just agreed on a 1-year deal. Most Pistons fans wanted to see Stuckey get out of Detroit because he They say he's not a go-to guy. He is a complementary player. And I agree with that. The Pistons are upgrading after their head coach and president of basketball operations addition of Stan Van Gundy, and Jeff Bauer is their new general manager. And 3 assistant coaches. They have also added small forward Jody Meeks and point guard Cartier Martin. Also small forward Caron Butler and point guard DJ Augustine. Jody Meeks came from the Sacramento Kings. Cartier Martin also I'll have to check, double check and see where he came from. I forgot where he came from, honestly. I apologize for that. In between the two, the 4 actually, in between the 4, they also signed Aaron Gray to a 2-year deal from the Sacramento Kings. Aaron Gray is a monster, a 7-foot beast who can rebound and play defense. The only flaw is he turns the ball over too many times, which the coaching staff can work on. Back to this other signings. Caron Butler came from the Oklahoma City Thunder, and DJ Augustine came from the Chicago Bulls. Pistons have cashed in with 5 great players, including a couple 3-point shooters and a very tall, very big defender. And a new leader who could be a really good replacement for then released Chauncey Billups, once again a former Piston. Who had 2 tenures with the Detroit Pistons. I sure am going to miss Chauncey, but I love Caron Butler. But I think the Pistons have a better team thus far. Don't know whether they're done or not yet, but I'll have to see. We'll all have to see. Now switching to the Detroit Red Wings, in which their general manager has done an awful job this off-season. My goodness. He missed out on 6, maybe 7 big-name free agents, big-name NHL free agents, such as Jerome McGinley, Matt Niskanen, Dan Boyle, Strawman, Marian Gaborik, they even struck out on Jerome McGinley, and they came up with nobody. They came up empty. They struck out. Instead, they re-signed defenseman Kyle Quincy, and then they recently re-signed Dan Cleary, who has been a total and complete lackluster on offense. And back to Quincy, a lot of people don't like that signing of him because all in all, he has not done much. He has made a lot of defensive mistakes. He has turned the puck over, and he hasn't produced many stats. It's just awful. If the Red Wings stick with the same team, they're probably going to make the postseason as another low playoff seed again and bow out in the first round like they did against the Boston Bruins. And I'm already starting to puke about that, and Ken Holland has only 1 year left in his contract, and after that, I want him gone. He had been a great general manager in the past, but now he's just awful. He's terrible. He's lost it all. He used to build 4 Stanley Cup championship teams for this franchise. And then since they lost their cup in 2009, they have declined. They haven't even made it to a conference final since then. I'm not even so sure if the Red Wings will make the playoffs or not. It's just horrible. Chances are getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. Everybody, I read an article, I read a blog from George Malick's website, the Malick Report, Kukla's Corner, and he wrote a letter that I posted on Facebook and Twitter. And it showed all the stats that most other Red Wings players had produced, which is better than Cleary's last year. Cleary came up with 0 goals and 0 assists in 78 minutes on the power play. And Ken Holland decides to re-sign Cleary to a 1-year, $8 million deal anyway, which is worthless. Does anybody have any idea why Ken Holland re-signed both Kyle Quincy and Dan Cleary? I mean, I like the Riley Sheahan re-signing. He's not that bad. But Quincy and Cleary to remain on the team. Come on, that's just terrible, and it's the same old Red Wings right there. Ken Holland has lost his mind. What is he thinking? The way he missed out on those big-name NHL free agent players, he's bad at selling the team to them. He's bad at promoting them. He's bad at... He's gone from good to bad to worse. In communication skills with each free agent NHL player. That's why all those free agent NHL players went to other teams for less money than the Red Wings have offered. Ken Holland is the reason why today the Red Wings will soon hit rock bottom if things don't change. I mean, even the Lions are getting better than the Wings are in their off season. They got Golden Tate. They got a brand new coaching staff, which is much better than last year's. Got Jim Caldwell, the head coach. They signed wide receiver Golden Tate from the Seattle Seahawks, a Super Bowl winning wide receiver. They drafted tight end Eric Ebron, who was a beast offensively. The only flaw is he drops too many passes, which is what the coaching staff can work on. There's a difference between 3 Detroit teams and 1 Detroit team right now. 3 Detroit teams, those 3 Detroit teams, the Tigers, the Lions, and the Pistons, all in all, are making moves. They're taking action. They're taking off-season action. The Red Wings, however, are not. They are not doing jack diddly squat with any of their players or any of the free agent NHL players that were out there and the free agent NHL players that are still out there. And that is a complete disaster. It's awful. Now I have to wonder, call me crazy, but I have to wonder if the Red Wings are going out of business in Detroit. I mean, they have a new arena approved for the 2016-2017 season, I think. Somewhere around there. I might have to check that out again. But I want you to give me your feedback on that one. Will the Red Wings stay in business or will they go out of business because of their general manager? Lacking all of the big moves in the off season. I think Ken Holland is done after next year, and he'd better be. because right now, as of now, he has done nothing but keep his players because of loyalty. He is too loyal not to throw away. He is too loyal to throw away Dan Cleary. He is too loyal to throw away Kyle Quincy. He may even be too loyal to throw away Brendan Smith, who has made awful mistakes, and a lot of them, on the ice. That's just the thing that bothers me. Ken Holland is wanting his team to lose and to lose money and not gain free agents, and he may even want the Red Wings to go out of business before they start playing in their new arena anytime soon. So I've said enough about the Red Wings now. Back to the Tigers. They start a 4-game series this Friday against the Cleveland Indians, which includes a doubleheader on Saturday. Right now in the standings, it looks like the Indians are in a tough position. They're in third place. One of their players, as Drupal Cabrera at shortstop, may be on his way out of Cleveland, but as far as the Tigers are concerned, they have Eugenio Suarez, who's been flashing his glove and his bat. He's no flash in the pan. He's great. And when Jose Iglesias comes back next year, I want Suarez and Iglesias to rotate at shortstop. And I also want Romine sent down to Toledo if the Tigers cannot get rid of Romine. I think that would be a great idea. Both Iglesias and Suarez are phenomenal. Suarez has swung the hotter bat than Iglesias, though, but they are both very good defensively. And they're young, they're fast, and they're smart. I think that each of them will pair up very well with Ian Kinsler at second base, turning the double plays and protecting center field. all in all, that being said, all in all, the futures for the Tigers, Lions, and Pistons look very bright, whereas the future for the Red Wings looks very bleak. Except they have very, very good younger players. Cleary and Quincy are getting older and have really tailed off. Brendan Smith is good at blocking shots. He's good at holding the puck in, but his turnovers and dumb penalties have pretty much killed the team, and they've got to stop. Smith has 1 year left in his contract, and he better limit those turnovers and bad penalties to earn a re-signing or earn an extension or whatever. Jimmy Howard, first time I got to him, Jimmy Howard still has a lot of work to do to become an elite goaltender. I don't think he's nearly reached the point yet. He's good, but even though his defense has helped him out throughout his 5 seasons, he just isn't that great. His turnovers, including the one in Boston in Game 2 in the first round of the playoffs, proved costly, and that was an ugly one. And that cost the Wings the series, when I thought the Wings could have taken the series against the Boston Bruins in an upset. They could have even swept them had they not given them the momentum in that series, had that turnover not happened. If you think about that fundamentally as a Red Wing fan, as a more educated, more broad-minded Red Wings fan, had your team taken the series against a top dog team, had they not given them the momentum? You think about that. I would think so. My time is just about up. So, great talk about Detroit sports. That was my first episode of Taylor's Detroit Sports. Glad I can do it impromptu style. I will be more prepared with the script sometime soon. So until then, this is Taylor Phillips on Spreaker saying TTFN, ta-ta for now. If there are any big updates in Detroit sports, I will keep you posted, and then I'll start another episode. But if not, I'll wait till Friday or so. So again, I will talk to you next time. I have to catch some sleep. Good night, everybody.